Economist Stephen Moore joins me now. All right, open-ended question, Stephen. I know you're not a fan of tariffs, but is Greenland worth a trade war?
Well, good morning, Stuart. A couple of things. First of all, the administration is making a strong case that this is important for America's national security. Now, I'm not a national security expert, but the people I've talked to who are saying that the Greenland is really geopolitically critical. Now, a couple facets to this. One is what do the people in Greenland want, right? I mean, I do believe in people self-determination, and if the people of Greenland want to be under the U.S. flag, then I think that should happen. So let's see. Maybe they should have a referendum in Greenland. That's by the way, there's only 50 or 60,000 people who live in Greenland, so they're not a big population there. The other thing is that what exactly are the Europeans afraid of? I mean, don't forget we bought Alaska 100 years ago in the Great Alaska Purchase, and that was something that has been, thank God we did that, right? Alaska has been incredibly important for strategic importance. So I think this makes sense. Trump is tightening the screws on the Europeans and especially Denmark to make the sale. And let's see if this can happen. But, this is a typical example of Trump using tariffs in a strategically important way. We'll see how this turns out.
Kevin Hassett, he told Maria that this idea of allowing home buyers to take some money out of their 401k and use it as a down payment on their new home. What do you think to that idea? I don't think it would make that much difference to the housing market, but it might help some youngsters. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. I like this idea. Now, here's the problem. The young people who want to buy the houses, like my kids who are in their early 30s, they don't have big 401k plans, right? Because those build up over time. But this would certainly help young people in their early to mid 30s have enough money. One of the big challenges in terms of young people buying a new home is coming up with the down payment. Sometimes you're paying, given the average home is now worth $450,000, you got to have at least $50,000 to $100,000 just to pay the down payment. So I like this idea. Let young people take some of the money out of the 401k and put it into buying a home. By the way, that home will appreciate in value. Then they can sell the house when they get my age, 65. So I think it works. It's a great idea, actually. What do you think?
I'd like them to extend it to grandparents' 401ks so that I could take some money out of my 401k
not a bad idea.
And hand it over to my grandchildren, and they don't have to repay it. I mean, that would be a real help, but I don't expect that to happen. We'll see. Stephen, you're all right. Great to see you on a Monday morning. Thanks so much, Steve.
Thank you, Stuart. Take care.